like that, it's not ideal. You know, the preparation is so much better for the full-time clubs.
But it's what non-league is all about, and we love stories like this of people defying the odds, people doing 2 jobs and still excelling on the pitch. And it's stories like that that you get at FC Halifax Town, and we're delighted to be speaking to Town fan Rob Brown. Good evening, Rob.
Good evening.
So you write Travellers' Tales for the club, so just start by telling us, how did you get the bug and why non-league football?
Well, for me, non-league football is about non-commercialised football. You can go down there, it's local people, it's good value. The players can hear what you say. If they're having a good game, you can tell them, and if they're having a bad game, they'll also hear you as well. It's a much more local, personalised experience, really. And you know, I used to watch Leeds a few years ago before Sky TV came along and started changing the kick-off times and putting the prices up, and you know, eventually it got to a stage where you were playing on a Sunday, you were playing on a Saturday lunchtime, you were playing on a Monday night, and it wasn't what football's about for me. So when Halifax Town went into liquidation in about 6 or 7 years ago, I thought this is an ideal time to go and watch, and we started off in the lower leagues, and it's been a wonderful journey. I've only missed 2 games in the last 6 years. One's for a brother's wedding, and another one for a brother's 40th birthday. But other than that, been to them all home and away, and it's been a wonderful experience, and some great places and great people. And it's been a journey where we've had little segregation. We've been able to mix with opposition supporters. It's been good fun. We've often taken more fans to the away games than the home teams had, but it's just been a relaxed atmosphere and good fun. But we've been really honest as well. We've been successful over the last 5 seasons. We've had 3 promotions, and it's always good when your team's winning, but I think it's been a wonderful last 3 years or 5 years, and it's been really good.
Hi, Rob, it's Steve Desmond here. I'm a Dulwich Hamlet fan, so I can certainly share your love of the beautiful game in the lower echelons of the pyramid. With that in mind, is there a tinge among Halifax fans, do you think, of if you were to get promoted, you'd lose a little something from that experience?
I don't think so. I think it's been a wonderful journey. We've had some obviously a lot of local games because the lower leagues are regionalised, and it's been, you know, one of the reasons I've got to so many games is it's been local, perhaps a maximum of an hour and a half away. But it's been an experience we've enjoyed, but it's nice to progress as well. And I think, if I'm really honest, we are about 6th or 7th or 8th in the conference at the moment. If we go up, often teams from our league and conference do well in the league above. I wouldn't see any reason why I wouldn't do that, but it's been fun. And I think progression is always something you want, and I think we would welcome the opportunity to get promoted again. But it's you know, it's been a great experience, but I don't think it's a problem if we progress further. I think the fans will enjoy it just as much.
An unorthodox situation this season that could only be seen in non-league. The manager, Neil Aspin, who's taken you through all those promotions, has gone full-time, but the players have not.
That's right.
Do you think that was a good decision?
Absolutely. I think he's a very, very good manager, and I think he's had opportunities to progress himself into league football. And I think it's important for development of the club that he's got the opportunity to be full-time, where he can concentrate more on the team. He can go to other games and scout for other players at other games. And I think it's a barrier to our own going full-time is the level of crowd support. I know the club's really well run, and it runs at break-even or profit, so we're not living beyond our means. But I think the first step really is to get the manager the opportunity to improve his team by giving him more time. But to be honest, last year we were the best part-time team in the country. It's not a problem being part-time for the players. We give a really good account of ourselves against some very good full-time teams. So it's a step forward, and I don't think it's a problem at all. I think obviously if we got promoted, full-time would be very important and be a must. But the big problem really is the level of support. 1,600 fans is very difficult to maintain if you're paying full-time wages.
And how much this season has losing key strikers Lee Gregory and Danny Gardner hurt you? And do you feel that despite losing, particularly with Gregory, 30-plus league goals, the playoffs are still possible?
I think we've done very well without Lee Gregory and Dan Gardner. Both did very well for us last year. Obviously, Lee Gregory's gone to Millwall, and that's wonderful for him, and Dan Gardner's gone to Chesterfield. But just before Christmas, when we played 25 games, for comparison for last season, we'd actually earned 3 more points. We conceded less goals, but we'd also scored less goals. But last year, at the same point, we were 8th in the league, and this year we're 6th. So it's a different sort of football. We haven't got a target man up front that scores all the goals, but we're sharing the goals around the team, and we're doing just as well. So, you know, it's possible for us to get in the playoffs. We'll be delighted if we did, but realistically, anything in the top 10 is wonderful. Our manager always says at the start of the season, get to that 51-point level, and we'll be safe from relegation. And realistic, if we can get that top 10 or get in the promotion playoffs, that'd be fantastic. But I don't really expect, that many people expect we will do, but it'd just be wonderful if we do.
And Rob, as well as the league, you're into the second round of the FA Trophy, of course.
Yeah.
And that must be an exciting prospect as well. Potentially go another cup run there.
That's fantastic. Yeah, we've got Alfreton at home on Saturday. We're hoping to get past them. We've beaten them home and away so far in the league. If we beat them, we're in the quarter-finals. 2 years ago, we got to the quarter-finals as a Blue Square North team, and we played Dartford, and we lost in a replay. But on both occasions, we gave a good account of ourselves. There are quite a number of good teams already knocked out, so all being well, we've got a fair chance. And Halifax Town have never been to Wembley, so you know we're very hopeful. Looking forward to it, really.
And looking recently, there's been the Hogan brothers, there's been Jamie Vardy, who people now know obviously from his Premier League exploits with Leicester City, and Lee Gregory going to Millwall this season. Do you feel that higher clubs are starting to look in non-league more?
I think they are, and I think it's great for the players. It gives them the opportunity to progress. I think our club never wants to hold anybody back. It wants to progress the players, of course, and I think sometimes that money that the league teams pay for clubs like ours gives us the opportunity to progress ourselves. And in turn, Halifax Town also look into the lower levels as well. We recruited Loie Maynard a couple of years ago from leagues below, and he's doing wonderful for us. So I think it's a natural progression, really, for all clubs to look down, and the benefit is it passes money down to the grassroots, really, and it's important for the game. And I'd much rather they did that than they look to bring in players from overseas, or and at least our players get the opportunity to progress.
And final question, you obviously, some may not know, are a Phoenix club.
Yep.
And this is becoming a new phenomenon that's actually starting to be repeated over and over again.
That's right.
Clubs are getting an owner who was, for various reasons, completely messed the club around. It's ended up folding. What is your view on the Hereford situation? Do you believe they've got the capabilities of replicating yourselves?
Absolutely, I do. They've got very good support amongst the town. I noticed they've got some very strong following on Twitter accounts, and people are very interested in that. I think if they can get the opportunity to play at Edgar Street again, there's absolutely no reason at all why they can't rise up through the leagues. The support is wonderful, and I think it'll be a wonderful journey for them as well. They'll be in things like the FA Cup extra preliminary round. We did that a few years ago. It was wonderful. We went to Norton and Stockton Ancients. We went to Brandon United. And it was great. You get a cup of tea and a proper mug. You get the chairman coming to thank you for coming, and it's a real nice opportunity, really. And I think they'll certainly do it, and I hope they do, because that's a very big town and a very big history of Hereford, and they certainly deserve a team. And certainly there's a passion there, and I think it'll be great when they do come back.
I'm delighted to say we'll have someone from Hereford on next week to publicise that cause further. Thank you very much for speaking to us, Rob, and best of luck to you.